Oh, that was the go live button. How's it going? Happy Wednesday and welcome to my so called life. My name is William and this is the House of Sewing. How's it going? My name is William and this is my so called life.
Get the most fun out of life, out of being a mother and wife, with new fashion excitement that's all created by you. On your new Touch and Sew
Sewing machine by Singer.
Touch and Sew.
Another first from Singer.
Be the girl with the golden touch on your new Singer Golden Touch and Sew machine. Dozens of exclusive features, like this new built-in needle threader for the golden slant needle and the push-button bobbin that winds right in the machine. What a wonderful new feeling. You can do all three kinds of sewing: straight, zigzag, and chain stitch.
Touch and Sew, the push-button bobbin way.
Come sew on one at your Singer Center. Choose from 5 Touch and Sew models from $149.95.
What's new for tomorrow
Is at Singer today.
Hey. Hello, and welcome to the House of Sewing. It is Wednesday, and it's Wednesday here. I hope everybody's having a great day. As I always say, I want to thank anyone who watches this in the replay, but for everyone who's watching it right now, welcome to the House of Sewing. Before we get to any of the festivities, I have to fish out my disclaimer. Disclaimer. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, lack thereof, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the views of every single human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening. Find my so-called life airlines. To anyone watching, hello, and welcome. I have all kinds of craziness that I will be showing off this evening, but tonight I'm going to be making tweed pants. I'm still going down the path of crazy colors, and I'm gonna completely revamp my tweed orange suit, but I have these really it's a really bright pattern. I'm gonna work with it and see what happens. Today has definitely been one of those days for the books, but I finished my tweed coat. I'm proud of myself. Excuse me. I need to iron the collar. It's a bit puffy, but the second I iron it, I promised myself I wasn't going to say that word, but the second I iron it, I know it's going to lay flat. So Let me grab my coat. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start cutting my patterns, and then I'll grab my coat. Ooh. I had to do a swim move around all of my fabric. But this is what I'm going to be working with tonight. I'm going to make a pair of pants out of this. I've had this color material. I've made all kinds of crazy stuff. I've even made robes out of stuff this color, but I'm going to make a pair of pants. It kind of fits at this point because I'm all over the place when it comes to fashion, but I've started incorporating bright colors and I love how it came out. Perfect. More snuggy material. Well, this is actually tweed. It's well made. The one thing I like about tweed is that it's warm. It is warm. So when winter eventually comes around here, our version of it, I'll be ready. Do you know, for as much as I talk about moving, I should move near the beach. Awesome, awesome. I hope everyone's doing well. It is still early. Well, here it's still early. I've recently gone up a pant size and accepted the fact that I have. So I will be using a different pair of pants for my template. Usually I have what I call my Montana pants, but all of a sudden they fit. So now it's time to graduate and find another pair of pants that I can use as my template. Do you know, I know that there is a certain hot topic that everybody is talking about right now. It's not necessarily something that that my channel's about because I'm a sewing channel. But if you'd like to discuss power structures, I'm here for that all day long. But seriously, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm gonna make a crazy pair of pants this evening. Like I said, I've gone up in pant size, so these pants might be humongous because I'm going to give myself some room. Yay! Hello, hello, butterfly. Great to see. I was going to say, heard anything crazy lately? Yay! Hello, hello. Great to see you, butterfly. Always great to see you. Yay! Hello, hello. Mona, hello. Great to see you, Mona, as always. Yay! Hello, hello. Butterfly, on one of my shorts, I recently, sometimes I have so many things that I've made. I don't know if I repost things or if something I haven't posted in a while, but I have a butterfly hoodie that I posted. Yay! Hello, hello. It's on one of my shorts, but it's one of those crazy patterns that I got from downtown Los Angeles that was completely forgotten about. Still, I'm still happy that I went crazy when I met Mr. Modelo in downtown Los Angeles and purchased hundreds and hundreds of yards of fabric. Yay! Hello, Candace. Great to see you. Great to see you. Hello, hello. Awesome, awesome. I hope everyone's having a great evening. After I cut my shapes, I'll show you the coat that I made because I guess tonight's going to be a tweed spectacular. I love the butterfly hoodie. Thank you. Thank you. Part of me really, really wants to go back to downtown Los Angeles. I need to stop watching the news. And I'm not saying that I'm a big toughie, but most people do not mess with me anyways. But I watch entirely too much local news. And I said I wasn't going to do it, and then I started watching it, and it made me scared of going to the fashion district. But I think it's time for another trip down there. I might have to bring like 15 friends with me, but I think it's time for a trip down there. Yay! Hello, hello, everybody. Great to see you. Great to see you. Today has definitely been one of those this is why I drink espresso kind of days. I've been running around, lots of driving. I have an unreal Goodwill habit where today was the first day where I walked into a Goodwill and didn't buy anything. It's because I live near like 3 or 4 of them. It's terrible. I just found a channel called Smoke and Scan. Dude gets high and comments on LA police scanners. My father was obsessed with listening to police scanners. When I hear that boop, boop is the saddest thing. It makes me think of him. Oh, listening to police scanners reminds me of people who should have retired 10 years ago. Oh, that's funny. I've known a lot of people that have had that habit. And let's be real, where I live, I'm not kidding you, it's better than television sometimes. It's better than television. But the crazy thing is, I still have all of his police scanners and everything. But the crazy thing is, you find out things about your neighbors, or even if they're the ones that like call the cops all the time, you're like, oh, so-and-so is a tattletale. Police scanner, you find all kinds of fun things about people having police scanners. I haven't turned mine on in years and years because I'm truly not that nosy anymore. I hope everybody is doing well. I had a great time making my coat today. I will show that off in a minute. Yay! How's it going, Holly Baba? How's it going? Great to see you. Great to see you. So I have a weird question because I was kind of confronted with something today. I picked up my son from school, and as we were leaving, I got cut off by a young man in a Porsche. And my son looked at me, and I told him, I love you, but I will never buy you a Porsche. If you had the money, and I'm not saying a Porsche, but something that's the equivalent of a Porsche, would you buy your child a Porsche or a Tesla? I live in a bougie area where people love to show off. When my kid gets a car, it's either going to be a 1988 Ford F-150 or my broken down 2000 TARDIS blue Ford F-150. And it is broken down. Hey, hello, hello. Great to see you, Candace. Great to see Butterfly. It's great to see everybody. Awesome. Wait, he was thinking you're going to buy him a Porsche? To give him credit, he's always testing the waters. He's, and it's kind of like, I feel like it's my fault. And I can almost say it's his generation because things are just changed. I don't think he knows the value of money. And I'm not saying that to like shame myself. He knows the value of money because he's asking for it all the time. But I truly do not think that he knows the difference between like the truck down the street and a Porsche. Because he looked at me, he's like, and I'm like, no, I would never buy you a Porsche. Yay, hello, hello. Not for first vehicle. And that's another thing. It's weird to me that people buy their children Teslas. Those things are powerful. Not even if I had the money, a young driver doesn't need a. Thank you. See, Candace and I are on the exact same page. It really trips me out. My first car, by the way, was a 1983 Ford Ranger. It was gray with a burgundy stripe down the side, and the entire interior was burgundy. I miss that truck. Oh, tell him he can have one. He can pay for it. I didn't want to. My father was cruel. If I told him I want a Porsche, he would have gone to Target or Walmart and bought me a Matchbox and been like, here's a Porsche. And that's not even something you can work for unless you're on the racing team. Let me see if I can figure out which angle. There we go. That's a better angle so you can see what I'm doing. We bought my daughter a used Jeep Wrangler when she turned 16. She drove it up a phone pole at 18. Needless to say, she's almost 21 and has no car. One is all she's getting from me. I love that logic. I love that. That's how my daughter saved up for down pay, and my mom matched it. She makes payments and insurance. I tried to talk my mom into an older car. She got a 2001. See, that's different though when you get help. When someone helps you, I never got it. I was the last. And for some reason, my parents were like, we're going to teach this guy a lesson. Excuse me. My first car was an ex-cop car from 1975. I would love to have a car like that. Fury 3, and then I put a 6-pack aftermarket on 400 block. I would love to have a car like that. I bought an 81 Mustang. Oh, I actually a long time ago I used to I learned from really old school people, and we would like flip cars and stuff. And I purchased a 65 Mustang and was famous for it because I offered someone $900 and they said yes. This was, how old is my? This was 16 or 17 years ago. I got a yellow Maverick, no power steering. Hey, Joy, hello. Great to see you. Great to see you. Yay. Hello, Joy. Great to see you. I told my mom I got a clock radio. she gets money for oh, the good old times. Do you know what? I'm so old school. I'm mad if the car doesn't have a tape deck. And for the record, my car I drive does not have a tape deck. My first was a Pontiac Grand Am for sure. Some guy's musty garage. $500. I could never get the must smell out. Do you know what's funny, Kilroy? After I quit smoking cigarettes years and years ago, but I purchased my TARDIS blue truck from a cigarette smoker. And the funny thing is, she was an Army Ranger, and she smoked cigarettes with both hands, I think. To this day, that truck still smells like cigarettes. To this day. Every time someone's brave enough to try to buy that truck, I tell them, I'm like, this is going to smell like cigarettes. Yay, hello. I love those Mavericks. Me too. I actually knew someone that had one down the street. Yay, hello, everybody. I don't know. Oh, sorry. My computer was getting wonky for a second. I bought my first car at 16. It was an 81 Mustang straight six for $400. My parents would have never bought me a car. I tell the story very famously. I told my dad I wanted a car, and he drove me to this place called Robinson's May. And I got a job. And you know, it's funny. When I got my first car, I treated that thing better than I was a stereotype when it came to my first car. I treated that thing like it was a Porsche. Oh, I miss that truck. The last two used cars I bought smelled like dog. When you're not a dog owner, you can really smell them. It's so true. I live by the like you go nose blind to whatever you're around. I grew up around somebody who smoked profusely. I remember my freshman year in high school, a teacher cornered me and she was like, "I know you smoke." Back then I really didn't. And the funny thing is I told her, I was like, "Call my parent," because I knew the locomotive would have been smoking in the parking lot. You just can't wash certain smells out. Same here, Candace. I don't come from the tax bracket that buys cars for kids. It's really weird to me. It's just weird to me when I pull up to my kids' school and I'm sitting in my 2017, 18, whatever Ford Flex, and some kid drives by me in a Tesla with an attitude, and he looks like he's 12. And I'm of that age where, like, if you're under a certain age, I'm like, are you old enough to even be behind that wheel? Hey, Dose, how's it going? Do you know what's really funny? I feel like Herman Munster. I feel like we always say that oh, that's funny. We always say my son's Lily Munster because he's normal for some reason. They need to work for it and learn responsibility. It's insane to me. And you know what? A lot of it was I recently saw a child driving a brand new Ford F-150, and I know that's got to be like a solid 50 grand, 60, 70, something crazy. And it had plates on it, and it was like, I won't say the kid's name, but they had writing all over it. And I'm like, who buys their kid a truck? But I have an anti-hater rule where I check myself. I'm like, are you being a hater? Are you jealous? Oh. As I'm literally sitting in the parking lot sewing a vest, I've been really trying to incorporate all the patches that I've been buying lately. And so, you know, when I'm waiting for my son, that's the perfect time to sew, read a book. I'm actually I finally cracked open my Genghis Khan book I bought in Vegas. Only the ladies. I know. How's it going? Great to see you, Dose. Great to see you. We had an 8-year-old girl go missing. She drove her mom's car to Target. The cops found her shopping. I guess all she was the mailbox. See, when I hear stories like that, I need an inhaler. If even at my son's age, if he took my car, I don't know. I can't even say my answer on YouTube. How angry I would be. Yay. I'm in there too somewhere. Alibaba. Oh, chicken does when it's eating. That's what's up. Oh, yay. Hello. And you know, keep in mind, like I live in the bougie part, but my area has actually been gentrified, and it's even more bougie because they've built mansions in the hills. And when I was a kid, it was just beautiful mountainside. Now I walk out my street and I look up and there's people literally in their backyard looking down at me. Oh, but it's crazy to me that people would buy their kid a car. I'm old school. I am so old school. My kid knows not to directly ask me for money. He's like, hey, when he starts asking me, like, hey, do you need help with stuff? I'm like, all right, how much money do you need? Because let me tell you, as someone who's sitting in a house, I need help. There's my side tree needs to be cut. There's all kinds of fun things that I'll pay you for. Oh, a Mazda. How much do Mazdas go for? And that's another thing. Like, it's different if your kid's Mensa, if he's going to MIT, I'll invest in that. I will invest in that. You got to do something. Heinous, lower the property values. I think in general, I do. With my TARDIS blue truck in front of my house, I think I do lower the property value. I'm that neighbor, but I'm the real life Fred Sanford. So, que sera, sera. Okay, I had to make a cut or I was just going to sit here all night talking. I'll make them a little big because I can always fix it in the mix. Perfect. Perfect. You gotta do so. Okay, I read that one. Do you know what's really funny? I feel like because my neighbors are so nosy, I feel like me posing in front of my house brings down the property value. And for anyone interested, those plants in front of my house, it's lemongrass. And it's actually really good in a weird way. Lemongrass tastes like Fruit Loops. And maybe it's because I'm biased, because it's at my house. It's the strangest thing. Cars are more than what I paid for my house years ago. That's what I'm saying. I own my cars, and I'm not even saying that to be a tough guy. I own my cars, so I wouldn't know what a new car goes for. Even like a baseline, old like a baseline car. Are you making pants or a strange sleeve? I'm making pants. If my arm, I wish my arm was that long. I would hang it all up and go join the circus. I have reach, but I do not have reach this. Oh, good times. I'm just riled up because these kids are bad drivers. And one day I'm gonna and I know they're all insured because they're extremely rich kids, but like I'm gonna get clobbered by some kid in a Tesla one day. All right. I'm excited though. I'm excited how my tweed coat came out. This isn't matching my tweed suit, so I was like, I'm gonna do something with it. And these are bright. These are extremely bright. So I know that these are going to stick out. This is almost what I call please do not run me over orange. I have a bunch of work shirts and I call them my please do not run me over because they're so bright. You can't help but not miss it. Yay! Hello, hello. I'll do a party time. I feel so sorry for my neighbors because I keep my garage door like a little like half cocked. So I know they hear me and I know they're like, what is wrong with that guy? Every every Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday, he goes crazy. Everything's overpriced. Fast food is so expensive. They're gonna be robbing McDonald's instead of banks. Facts. Especially where I live, they charge crazy prices. I'm not kidding you. My son and I have this conversation all the time because he's like, I want to go here. I'm like, okay, let's have a talk. We could go there, or we can go to this restaurant that is the exact same price as McDonald's. I have taught my son the value of like we could go there, or we could go sit down for the same price, and people are way nicer to us. Yay! Hello, everybody. Fast food is really expensive here. And I'd like to apologize. We're talking about food. We're 29 minutes in, and I'm already talking about food. I'll take 15 large French fries and a very large hot fun sundae. Do you know what's really funny? I had this talk with myself the other day. I think I'm addicted to potatoes. I grow a lot of food. And the one thing I'm most proud of And potatoes are one of those things. I'm not kidding you. Plant potatoes and you will have food forever. But you cannot go wrong with French fries. You cannot. And I'm one of those people, because I grow my own food. Whenever I'll cook something for somebody, they're like, "Wow, these potatoes are amazing." I wait for that sentence because I'm like, "Yeah," because they came from my backyard. Oh, I'm still full from a late lunch. I went somewhere that I don't even want to. I was full, but then I started talking about food, and I'm like, I'm not hungry. I went somewhere today, and I'm not too proud of it. I'm still full from late lunch. My first car was my grandfather's 1978 Plymouth. Whoa. AM radio and only one speaker in the front. It got hit and it was driving sideways for a while. I was embarrassed, but I wasn't walking. I had a good friend of mine where he had a hand-me-down Buick Regal. We rocked that thing. I miss that car, and it was a beater. Oh, I miss those days. Those were great days. Cherish those days. I look back, we didn't have a care in the world. We were riding around in a literal hoopty. Those were good days. We had pizza tonight. Rapid fire pizza. I'm gonna have to look that up. Do you know a lot of restaurants, they're weirdly connected with each other? Because I'll look something up that someone says on the internet and I'm like, oh, this is connected with something by my house. Yay, hello. What's for dinner tonight? Just gonna make tacos later. So I fall on this trap where my son cooks dinner every day, and I eat dinner, and then I'm still kind of hungry. And I dropped my son off at the MMA class. I went to Taco Bell. Feel free to roast me in the comments. Feel free to throw me on the fire. It has been, I want to say once every 6 or 7 months, I go to Taco Bell. I just had French toast and home fries. I'm hungry all over again. All I buy are hoopties. Those were the good old days. I miss that so much. I miss that. Yay, hello. How's it going, skits? Rah. Hello. To make more food. Always Taco Bell. There's one right by the Goodwill. By my house. It's been there for at least 30 something years, if not longer. But I get a hankering every once in a while. When I was younger, I used to eat it all the time, and I kind of played it out. So I take years and years off. But and the funny thing is, I pulled up to the MMA place. Okay, I'm sitting there and I'm minding my own business, and I look up from my first taco. I look up, and all the MMA guys are looking at me because they always ask me. They're like, "Oh, your body is a perfect size and everything." I don't have the heart to tell them that I have the world's worst diet. I have a really active job, so I burn a lot of calories at my job. Even for as much as I'm riding a desk, I'm still walking every day. I'm walking around. I take the stairs. My particular building that I work on, it's on a hill. So the second you walk down from that building, you're doing leg day. Oh, they were almost disappointed that I sat there while they were all working out, and I was like, "You're not going to stop me." But they, like, one by one, at least 20 something people shamed me. Tell them if they want some, go get some themselves. I think that's what it is. I'm one of those people. I do not deprive myself. And you know what? I overindulge sometimes, but I've kind of reached a certain point in life where I'm like, I've reached the what are you waiting for point of my life. So there are certain things I refuse to compromise on. And good food, which sometimes really bad food is good food. And for as much as I talk about it, I really do not eat that much fast food besides my weekend McMuffin. Oh. But it was just funny. I pulled up and they're working out, and there's like a huge boxing ring. There's a mat on the other side, and there's an octagon in the back. And I'm like, well, I know they're going to stare at me because they already stare at me because I write physical notes. And I'm not kidding you. In today's world, if you are tactile, people look at you. They're like, that guy's a space alien because he's writing on paper. Sometime someone legitimately asked me what I was doing when I was sitting there writing one time, and I was like, I don't know if I are you trolling me? Are you trolling me, sir? Those Jim F starved themselves. They probably wanted them so bad, but they watched Hulk Hogan 120 times. Oh man, I know I'm gonna need my healer tonight. You know, part of me thinks that too because they work out a lot, and it's like, come work with me, man. I work with heavy machinery. I don't need a gym. I had deep dish pizza. Oh, Little Caesars pizza tonight. Do you know what's funny? I order those. There just happens to be a Little Caesars on my way home. I feel like every American city has a certain amount. They have like a Little Caesars, a gas station that has all the good stuff. They have McDonald's, 15 Starbucks. Oh, then ice cream. Oh, you want to make it so they can't read, Write in cursive. I'm not kidding you, Donnell. About a year and a half. Well, no, it probably was 2 or 3 years ago. Hold on real quick. I was asked to stop writing in cursive on the memos from my job because the younger generation could not read them. This was a couple of years ago, and I had something to say. And I tested it too. I wrote in cursive until they were like, look, we know you're doing this with full intention now. So they really cannot read. They really cannot read cursive. I'm from another galaxy then because I write on open paper and cursive. Thank you. It's just weird to me. And this has happened this year where someone's been like, what are you doing? And I'm like literally writing notes, and I'm like, how do you answer that? And I'm trying not to be mean. I try. We don't have Starbucks here. Even the one by the college went out of business. Why? Because Starbucks is... That's so funny. We have a Starbucks every half mile in my town. Every half mile, if not even closer. There's a Starbucks in the Safeway / Vaughn's parking. No, it's inside the store. Outside at the end of the parking lot, there's a Starbucks. We're crazy about Starbucks here. I tell them they better start practicing. Absolutely. Back cursive is like calligraphy now. It drives me crazy, actually. It's a real hardcore pet peeve of mine. But it's different because we do have a rush of new guys, but most people I work with are over 50, so they can read my writing. And I ask them all the time, can you read this? And they're like, yeah. Man, I forgot how triggering that conversation is. My youngest cannot read it. My oldest was the last grade they taught cursive to in Roseville. Wow. I have a Starbucks and a Tim Hortons across the street from each other. Exactly. Where I live, Starbucks purchases anything with a drive-through. I've talked about this all the time. We used to have a double-decker Burger King. It was outrageous, but it was fun. They had a ball pit that was literally the size. It was like a 20-foot ball pit. It was a fun place. It went out of business, and now we have the world's largest Starbucks in the middle of my town. And I know in California we have millions of people in certain areas, but like per capita, there's not that many people here to have that kind of. Well, I guess there is, but it's crazy to have a Starbucks that big. In my books, kids can read and write anymore. Oh, in my books, kids can read write anymore. They get the iPad to speak to the book to them, and they dictate to the computer. Do you know what's really funny? When I catch my son doing that, I make him completely erase. I know I'm a bad person. I make him erase everything and write it out whenever I catch him doing spell check, because for as much as I sit my generation was taught how to read and write, and it's offensive if you can't do that. I live the opposite of the rest of America. Two chain coffee places and 5 local places. That reminds me of up north. Up north, they had a lot of love for coffee. Usually, it's the other way around. Oh my God, I would love to see that. I had to go there, and I walked around. I'm like, okay. The cool thing is that you can go upstairs and be left alone, and it's a giant workspace. The only problem with a double-decker Burger King is you have to eat. I think for me, a lot of the memories are from when my kid was a little guy. He had great times there, and there were times like I live near the beach, and the beach is free, but there's only so many times you can go to the beach. There's only so many times that you can go to the fun house, and having something crazy like a double-decker Burger King was great for a single parent who had no idea what he was doing. I am man enough to admit. And so we'd go hang out anywhere where there was fun. We'd go hang out. So I miss that place, and they're all Starbucks now. They're all Starbucks. Lake perch for me tonight. When my boys got in trouble when they were younger, I would make them do write-offs in cursive if they had to be legible. Yes. If not, then they had to redo it. Absolutely. I feel sorry for the kids. They eat fake food, listen to fake music, fake books. This 100%. I think about this actually all the time. All the time. My grandfather was a tough guy. He was an old school leatherhead. His library had James Baldwin books. His library made my mind expand. He had books of things he wasn't into. He had books from around the world, languages where you'd have to look up certain things. But I was challenged, and I discovered all these things in my grandfather's library. I feel sorry for people who don't have that anymore. Now I know you ain't lying about being from Gary. The other handwriting is very exactly. See, that's important. I want my son to be able to read and write. He looks at me like I'm crazy sometimes, but it's strange. Meanwhile, I'm eating fake food, a Coca-Cola Oreo cookie. Oh, I went through an Oreo phase. I ate man. Why you say that? You gotta live around the lakes to get lake perch. Oh, all right. I promise there is some sewing going on, or there will be. This tweed is loud. I gave myself some room. Like I said, I've gone up a size. So we're going to see how these pants fit. My brothers grew up loving country 80s hair bands. Almost the price of walleye. That's a fish, isn't it? That's a fish. Is that a fish? Is walleye a fish? I know I know everyone's like, oh. My son's all over the place like me, and there was one night, and this kind of made me feel like, okay, you're doing something right as a parent. He's a singer. He loves singing. And long story short, one night, okay, thank you. I didn't even read Gilroy's comment because I knew it wasn't going to be the answer. I know walleye's a fish. One night, my son, this was during the summer, it was late. My son's rocking out in the house, and he was singing Bismarcky. And I had that moment of like, okay, I did something right as a parent. I did something right as a parent. Because when he was younger, I made my son watch all the old school MTV videos. So, but to be honest, like my parents did that. My mom was obsessed with Earth, Wind, and Fire. Shalimar came out the exact year I was born, and I'm obsessed with Shalimar. It's because I grew up in a house where that was playing all the time. The Rolling Stones. My mom was obsessed with the Stones. Walleye's a mushroom spore that grows off the walls. Off the lot don't listen to me. Yes, a fish. A long time ago in the in the AOL dial-up days, I'm about to tell on myself right now. In a chat room a million years ago, I knew someone that went by Walleye, and I'm not going to say their name, but I remember asking them, what is Walleye? So the only reason I even know Walleye is a fish is from like the 1990s, the 1997, 98 chat rooms. So what are you supposedly making tonight? Pants. That's why I'm sitting here waffling. Those AOL rooms were crazy. Hey, I learned a lot about the world and I didn't even have to leave my house. I'm making orange tweed pants this evening. What is also known as pickerel. I love that fresh fish. So nice. No, my son loves telling me that we have important meetings and things to do at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It's all right. It's all right. I'll just get up early. I'll be caffeinated. We have a meeting, but I can do it in this room, so I'm okay. Oh, as a female that was 21 at the time, those AOL rooms taught me there were a lot of dirty boys in there. Oh, it's crazy to think there's people that I still know from those days. We're more friends like on Facebook. There's a bunch of people I've met up with in real life, but it's crazy to think that I've met these people online in the late 90s. The email that I gave Donnell, I made in 1996 or 1997. And the fact that it still works makes me laugh. AOL needs to send me like a golden email award. But I've had that email for a very, very long time. That's why it has my actual real name on it. Do you know what's really funny? When I first started YouTube, my channel had my real name on it because I'm such a geek. I didn't know that people. If you can call yourself Darkwing Duck, you can call yourself whatever you want on online. Oh. Friends on Facebook aren't friends. I have a really weird mix of people on Facebook. Most people in my Facebook I've known. It's weird. Everyone I went to like kindergarten with, I went from kindergarten up to high school because we all lived in the same area. There is a large group of people that in a weird way we've all known each other our whole lives because we went to every single school with each other. As long as you're not doing some MLM scheme, I'm good. If you try to sell me something, I'll block you. Even if I see you, there was someone I blocked that I see at the grocery store all the time, and they asked me, they're like, "You blocked me." I was like, "I'm sorry, you're part of a pyramid scheme. When you change your life, I'll unblock you." Oh. Oh, you're bad boy toes. My Facebook is either quilting friends or actual family members. Exactly. And that's another thing. I've met family members all the way from Georgia. I have a large contingency of people that have the exact same last name as me that are my actual family members that live in Chicago and Ohio. A large amount of people with my last name live in Ohio. Oh. These pants are going to be funky. These are going to be some, and I made them long, so we'll see. Oh, good times. Good times. All right, we'll pull the pins. Pants. Like something like this, because tweed is so thick, I learned to not necessarily line it because it's unbreathable. When I line tweed, yeah, I'm sweating while I'm wearing my pants. Oh, okay. My block button has a hair trigger. I've told you how many people I've blocked on whatchamacallit, on Twitter. But Twitter's different because Twitter's a free for all. Twitter is an absolute free for all where it's like Thunderdome. I've been in the Canadian for guinea pig programs for internet and cable. I had cable and movie channels, and MTV was 1982 and internet was 1987. My grandparents had a Nielsen's box, and I thought they lived in the future. My grandparents had one of those weird, I don't know if anyone remembers the Nielsen box, the rating boxes, but I thought my grandparents were like, I for some reason, whenever I watched TV at their house, I felt like I was being counted. Oh, that's where you have to move then, Ohio. I'd probably move to Chicago before. I have a massive amount of family that lives in Chicago as well. I really like that color mode. Thank you. I do too. Like, this reminds me, I've been watching a lot of like old school James Brown concerts, but this reminds me of something James Brown would wear. Just be careful, as Pennsylvania folks hate them. I haven't decided where I'm gonna move. I like, part of me wants to move near the beach. I do not have dreams, but it's really funny when I do. I always have dreams that I'm thrifting near the beach. It's the strangest thing. One day I will make a psychiatrist rich when I figure out what that is. No Spice Channel. I grew up in a house that had every channel. No Spice Channel. I mean, my mom figured it out and got rid of it. We were in the Nielsen's thing for a couple of years. Yes, go to Chicago. Time for your family reunion, then Michigan. No, I really want to move. It was because of the plague why I didn't, and then political instability is why I didn't move. But now at this point, regardless of who wins, I'm moving. And for the record, I lived in Portland for 4 years. I thought about this. I lived there from the time I was like 22 until I was almost 26. And it gets cold up there. And it snowed. It snowed. I feel like I'm at a football game. Michigan. Oh, then there's the option of Michigan. Wait, are we on the move again? I've been saying since the moment I started streaming that I need to move. Part of me wants to move to Texas. Just because we have this same weather in a weird way. I live in an extremely hot area. It's just not humid here. Weather Channel was included in the cable. Say, yeah. I grew up in a house that had that on the box. Oh, that's another thing. When I was a kid, we had HBO. Man, HBO taught me all kinds of things. Oh, good times. I guess I'll watch Playboy TV for the article. There's still little room. I feel sorry for Texas, though, because so many people from California have moved there. I'm not kidding you. At this point, it's probably 30 something people that I know. And that's like not even counting couples or children. Someone I knew my entire life. She went from living in a condo, and I'm not kidding you. And I always say this, and people think I'm being crazy when I say this. She moved into a literal castle in Texas. Well, the front of her house, it looks like a castle for the same amount she was paying for her condo. You wouldn't have to rent a semi. You would have to rent a semi to move that room and closet by themselves. I think about this all the time. I would have to move in sections because I have a storage unit. And my storage unit is almost, well, it's the size of a one-car garage. It's the size of a one-car garage, and it's stuffed. I need to go by there. At this point, my storage unit is so overwhelming. Every time I open the door, I'm like, I don't know why I came here. I don't know why I did this to myself. It's overwhelming. I don't know how I've collected that much stuff only in the past 5 years. Actually, no, it's been 6 or 7. I have a picture of my son where he's a little guy, because I have my arm around him and it's down here, and we're standing and the storage unit is barely filled. So it's probably 6 or 7 years ago. Would you still keep grandma's house? I'm keeping to the bitter end. I'm keeping everything, all the paintings. Do you know when I took all the paintings from my grandmother's house and brought them to my house became classy all of a sudden because I have real artwork in my house. So I'm keeping all of my grandmother's house. With a 4-ton pickup, you can haul. That's another thing. I don't think all my sewing machines have ever been in the same place at the same time that wasn't sitting on this giant concrete pad that is this room. Okay, so if you get a large castle, you could rent out a wing for your sewing machine museum tours. I was thinking about that too. Like, because it's just my son and I. If I got a house in Texas, I'd be like, okay, you live over here. I live on this side. I'll meet you in the kitchen. Oh, you need professional. I think about this all the time as well. I do. If when I do, because I would need a real 18-wheeler, and I have the entire contents of what's left of my grandmother's house, besides her giant hutch and my grandfather's desk that was only a practical 14 feet. I wanted that desk so bad, but I was like, where are you going to put a 14-foot desk? So those are the only things I left in the house, was the power desk and the hutch. But I took everything else. And then when my father passed away, I got all of his contraptions. My father was an electrical engineer. Everything he built, every failure, everything he hid, it's in my storage unit. So I have an outrageous amount of stuff. I do. But I think that's what happens to people, because I used to watch hoarders before I became a real life one. That's what happens. You inherit a bunch of stuff. You don't throw it away. You don't go through it. I haven't gone through my storage unit probably in a solid 3 years. A solid. It's so bad. I think there's at least 2 or 3 sewing machines missing in that storage unit. The Oreo cookies have mini pop rocks in them. What in the Canada are you eating? Mini pop rocks and Oreos. That's definitely something. They would never sell that where I live. I missed in California in the 70s when Joshua Tree was just a couple shops on the main road. That whole area has changed. Even because Coachella was always a place to go for concerts, and that whole area has changed. It's weird to see the Coachella Valley be commercial. It used to be really mom and pop and extremely oh, I hope these are long enough. It used to be extremely down home. And now, Coachella, it's weird to me when I see people. There are these really hardcore wine moms that I watch. There's a podcast, and she was wearing a Coachella Valley shirt, and I'm like, Coachella is a dust bowl. But it's popular to wear Coachella clothes. But people that live near there or around there, like, they know they live out in the middle of nowhere. So I kind of miss that. I do miss that. Perfect. And in no way, shape, or form am I dogging people. Like, if you want to go to Coachella, I'm not going to judge you at all. But with the same money that you spend at Coachella, you could buy an RV and go travel around America all summer long. I'm just saying. See, now I want to go to Joshua Tree. There's nothing out there, but that's a fun drive. And in a weird way, it's all of that is going towards Vegas. The Mojave Valley is this really funny place where you can either make a right and you're in Mojave, or you just keep going straight and you end up in the state of Nevada. I always laugh because Mojave is not necessarily that far from my house, but they have these weird signs that always says, "Oh, we're the gateway to the Mojave Valley." And now I understand what they're saying, because all those national parks and everything are on the way. Oh, I can see that my signal's messing around. Good old Spectrum. I think, like anywhere else, when something gets popular, human beings play it out. For all the driving that I've been doing this summer, it's still weird to me that people participate in heat tourism. There is a giant thermometer in Baker that shows the temperature. It was 115 and people were pulling over to get their picture taken. And I'm sitting there, my car is crying because I have my air conditioner working full blast. And I'm from the area, and I'm not hanging out in that heat. You should always ask a local. If you go to the beach and you don't see any locals, that's a bad sign. And if you go to the desert and you don't see any locals, then that's an extremely bad sign. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for that? I think it's weird that people travel. Yeah, we have beautiful beaches here, and people travel to the Mojave Desert for a picture. And you know what? I try not to judge too hard. I've been bungee jumping. I've done all kinds of crazy things. But to me, heat tourism is so strange. And this year was the first year I think I've ever paid attention to it. Up north, they do cold exploitation. So many ice hotels, longest skating rink, longest ice slide, longest snowmobile trail. That would be fun the first couple of times. That would be I watch a lot of people playing hockey on lakes, like out in the middle of nowhere. That looks like fun. That looks like some some bucket list stuff. I do want. There's actually a video I watched of this guy. He throws down a puck in a lake and he just starts skating endlessly. All right. Perfect. Just making sure. Okay. Oh, these pants are going to be hilarious. We are going to find out together. Oh, it's been a minute since I've made a pair of pants, so we'll see how this turns out. Have a great night, Butterfly. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's great to see you. Absolutely great to see you. You gotta wonder when someone's car alarm goes off, did they sit on it? Do they have a baby that's fumbling around with the car alarm? I'm plotting a quilted jacket for the fall. Oh, they are. I made a quilted jacket, and it was. Oh, is there? It might help if I have. I forgot about that. The tweed was so thick that I broke a needle on my last project. I completely forgot about that. Yay! Hello. Good. Is it good morning? Hello, Zaza. Great to see you. Hello. My signal's a bit choppy today. Yeah, I hope you are doing well. Good morning, good afternoon. Actually, it's probably morning. I used to watch Kay Burley on Sky News for years, and 11 o'clock in California when it's 11 o'clock at night in California, it is 7 o'clock in the morning in London. So every night at 11 I used to watch Sky News every night. Yay, hello, great to see you. I heard a story today out of Colorado. Let me check. Perfect. The needle is perfect. I heard a story today out of Colorado. 3 guys go to rob a place. They get done and ran out. The getaway car's gone. Somebody stole. Oh, they got what they deserved. Yes, it's 4:55 a.m. Good morning. I've actually been it's mainly because of my job, but I've been an early riser lately. And I went from having a hardcore summer habit of staying up late to going right back into work mode. So I'm up early every day now, and it's hilarious because my circadian clock wakes me right up. Yay, hello. My Singer Improved manufacturer is great for that sort of thing. The quilting can keep the insulation puff, and wow, and I can keep the presser foot to 1 inch thick. Check on something real quick. Sorry, my signal is intermittently going out, and StreamYard is really good for a terrible signal sometimes. So if I sound choppy, it's because my signal is jumping all over the place, apparently. All right. Do you know, I try to keep as many supplies. Like I always have a pair of scissors near my sewing machine, a rotary tool, because I know I'm always sewing at this desk. I had this idea that I would get really organized and I put everything in this drawer over here, but it just turned into me digging in the drawer all the time. The tension doesn't compact the fill, and I can keep it to 1 inch thick, but it's still quilt. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. Quilting is definitely something that I'm gonna get into. You know, I tried knitting. Is anyone out there a knitter? It isn't necessarily something that I fell into, but I bought all of this yarn and I tried knitting, and it wasn't necessarily for me, but it's a weird skill to have. I'll be here for a little bit longer. I'm gonna these pants. They don't take that. Once I have the sewing machine threaded and ready to go, this project will not take that long. But I sat here for a full hour and waffled. Very basic knitting. Oh, okay. What year was that again, Alibaba? I'm sorry. I love how you said cold exploitation. I'm going to use that. Lavalot, I want a Victoria era sock knitting machine. They're so expensive. Last one I saw was 2,300 CND, an open auction. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. During my live tonight, my stream struggled too. About halfway through, I think my issue may be on the YouTube end, not ours. It drives me crazy. Hold on, let me switch my angle. It drives me crazy when I get a choppy signal. It drives me crazy. Okay, try that. Okay. Just had to figure out what part of the pants is what. Perfect. Yeah, it's so crazy. I have a really choppy signal tonight, and I don't know why. What year was it? Oh, the improved manufacturer. Oh, so sorry. That is an 1883 machine. That's what I thought. Yay, hello, everybody. Do you know what's funny? When I see machines like that, it's really funny because they either know what they have or they have no idea. So it's either some reasonable price or some outrageous price. Perfect. Yay, good morning. I haven't made a fun pair of pants in a very long time. I've kind of reverted back to making giant hoods and but I really got into making pants. And it makes me laugh when I'll wear a pair of pants and someone's like, "Where did you get those?" And I tell them like, "Oh, these are my so-called life originals." Which in a lot of ways they are, you know. Beautiful. Let me make sure I get that fold in there. Oh, why? Do you know when the machine stutters, I'm like, oh, why are you stuttering, sewing machine? Because I'm pulling on it. The past owner of the IM 1883 had no idea what the machine was. I thought it was in full IF. until I got there, and then I knew what it was. That's happened a few times where people. That's happened to me a couple of times where someone's like, "Oh, this machine's worth $5," and I'm like, "Mm-hmm. Here's the $5." Um, I'm so it's tweed. I know it has that. This is the inside of it, so it has that weird look. But this is extremely orange tweed. And I need to stop saying like, "Oh, I forgot that I had this," because I'm exposing how much fabric I have. But I think like many people, I can't be the only person. I have an extensive fabric collection. But I know I can't be the only person on earth. Not in some sort of way. They are 100% originals. Awesome. Awesome. Laugh out loud. I figured tweed, but kind of looked like leather. Oh, whoops. I wasn't trying to do that. I was not trying to do that, phone. Why would you do that? Sorry, I'm just checking because my signal's going in and out so much. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I need to stop looking at the corner. That's one thing that StreamYard is not good for because they'll tell you when your signal's terrible. Perfect. My wonderful friend, no one has seen my entire fabric. No, but I need to have these conversations because it makes me feel better because I have sections. Sometimes I feel like I should be sectioned. I've dedicated a whole room to clothes and where I keep the larger amounts of fabric in there, like my rolls and anything that's over 10 yards. Because fabric is heavy, especially tweed. It gets heavy. Your video and sound is perfect. No interruption. Okay, good. Then I need to stop looking at this signal. It just keeps on telling me that I have a bad signal. I'm just going to ignore it at this point because I'm almost done with these pants. You know, a long time ago, Joy asked a great question. I always add belt loops. I always add belt loops to my pants because I love wearing belts. I have an extensive buckle collection, which I know is shocking to no one. But I love wearing belts. I have big cowboy ones, but because I have sensitive skin, this is kind of funny. I can't wear fake ones. So most of the stuff I have is real silver. I had to buy 2 shelving units to store my fabric because my Tantor cabinet is stuffed full. Okay, you're making me feel better. This feels like this is therapy to me right now. Because I've been doing a lot of cleaning and looking inside of myself lately. I buy a lot of fabric. I have a lot of, but I sew almost every day. And the funny thing is, I don't need a justification because I literally sew every day. So I'm not in here feeling bad about anything. But I need to hear that other people have large amounts of fabric. Oh, and that does not include my bolts. Okay, good. That's another thing. I love the look on someone's face when they're like, "How much fabric would you like?" And I'm like, "The whole bolt, please. I would like the whole bolt." And they look at me like, "Oh man, I knew I should have stayed in my break. I knew I should have smoked another cigarette on my break." All right, make sure there's no pins. The woolly mammoth has a walk-in 40 by 20 fabric stash of wool 10 feet high. Okay, good. You're making me feel better. Okay. You're stocking up for There are people who have accused me of already retiring. There are people there's someone I absolutely love, and they always tell me, you act like you're retired. They tell me that often. I have perfect amount as long as I'm still sewing at 385. Thank you, Zaza. You're making me feel better. My problem is that no matter what direction I go in, I live near a fabric store. It's because I live in a major city, and there are fabric stores everywhere. Everywhere. If it's something I love or will use a lot, I just tell them I'll take the entire amount. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, you guys are making me feel better. You're making me feel better. Because I found this, because I have the orange tweed that's for my suit, but it's more of a grainy tweed. This is bright orange. This is absolutely bright orange. This is a completely color. Well, they're all orange, but this is bright orange compared to the other. All right. Oh, all right. So let me clean up a little bit before I try on these pants. Zaza, what's going to be your recipe for success to get to 385? That is you have to be a vampire at that point. When I was a kid, my mom was obsessed with Anne Rice books. So I think I've read every Anne Rice book she wrote up until like 1999. Oh. All right. So actually, let me pick this up first. It's been a while since I've tried on pants. If you hear ripping or crying, that's just me accepting my size and my pants not accepting my size. I am world famous for my pants ripping. So we're going to find out. Oh. Let me make sure I have enough room in here. Perfect. I don't have fabric stores near me, but my husband is a terrible enabler and will take me fabric shopping. It would be rude to not buy anything. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, excuse me. You know, you do it one time and you're famous for it. I'm going to cut. That is still to this day one of my most watched live streams. And I know everybody flipped to the end. Good times. Zaza, I actually did that one time where I had two cameras going at once and I forgot to turn off my second camera. Live on YouTube, I showed everybody that I have plaid boxer shorts. And I didn't do it intentionally. You need a co-star to keep up with you with the chat. I've been gone for 10 minutes. We feel when you're not around, Dose. We feel when you're not around. The ripping would be you not reinforcing the seams for real. For real. You know, it's so funny because people ask me, why do you say that? Like, it's my catchphrase at this point, but it's also me talking to myself in the mirror. Like, do not forget to reinforce your seat. I thought I've never seen it. You made the mistake of telling me I'm never letting you down about this. Oh, I was famous for a few weeks. And I noticed the next week, where's Waternay? I haven't seen her in a bit. Waternay, hopefully she married a rich dentist or she's on the French Riviera right now. I actually picture Waternay can dancing in Rio right now. I hope she's doing well. She was great for that. Absolutely. I do that all the time. I sleep with my phone next to me. And there was one time I posted something, I leaned over and posted something. There was one time like I posted gibberish, like full on gibberish. Or my fingers get ahead of me too. I type fast. Okay, I did make these big. Oh, they fit. Oh, they fit. Oh, I was actually kind of worried about that because I'm tired of my pants telling me that I eat too much. I'm tired of my waistline having an opinion. Okay. Let me pull that up so that's not indecent. I definitely need to add some belt loops to this. Let me get some shoes. Oh, I sat down and there's no, okay, hold on, let me put my boots on. Wow. I know the suspense is awful. Awful. Oh, I look like WKRP in Cincinnati. All right, let me switch. I love these crazy orange men. Don't squad. Mona can't see. Or Ben. I made that mistake one time. I will try to never make that mistake again. I've done that. My dog also stood on my iPad and reported someone. Exactly. I almost report someone almost every stream because they do not make phones for people with giant hands. I have catcher's mitts as hands. I still have yet to meet a phone that isn't the size of an iPad. That doesn't work. If you hear a crash, he's been buried by his So, clothes alanches are real. I have fabric alanches all the time. I had an oopsie alanche, and it kind of ruined my day because I had this perfect pyramid of oopsies. It was almost 4 feet high. And that one oopsie stone, I don't know what happened. One oopsie moved, and it showered down fabric. No high kicks last time you did that. Yeah. I did split my pants. Let me back up a little bit. Let me grab my phone. And I have confidence in these pants, though. Oh, these, you know what? These are kind of convict orange, but I like it. I even moved my my tripod with my camera sitting on. Shocker. There were sewing machines in the way. I know that's a shocker. So I have a bit of a better angle now. Actually, let's see. Actually, I'm scared to do a high kick. Never mind. But these pants do fit extremely well. Oh, I love how these pants came out. Looks good. Thank you. With the black shirt too. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I do. I'll wear some extremely bright pants with the black shirt. Thank you, Donnell. Thank you. Thank you, Zaza. Thank you. I love working with tweed. That's why I sat here and waffled for a little bit because when I make pants, it's a bit anticlimactic because it doesn't take that long. Because on certain projects, I don't have to necessarily line them. And with this, all I'm going to do is add a belt loop. And these are these are ready to go and they look great with my boots. Aw. I believe it was awkward quilter Georgia. She said she noticed how huge my feet are. I'm a real life hobbit. I am 5'9" with a size 13 shoe and a 13 and a half boot, depending on who's making the boot. Oh, you know what? Mona might have fallen asleep. I do that all the time. I actually do that all the time. That's why there are certain chats where I'll wake up and I'm like, okay, I shouldn't say anything. Last week, I decided to sleep an extra hour, so I was watching Donnell's entire stream. Actually, I can't remember if that was 2 weeks ago. I don't know. They kind of all blend into each other. But before we finish this, not only did I make a beautiful pair, God, I'm so proud of these, a beautiful pair of tweed pants, but I have my beautiful tweed and denim jacket. I think it's because, oh, there goes the dress form. I knew. I think it's because for a solid like 6 months, I watch WKRP in Cincinnati every day. And in a weird way, I still watch it all the time. When I'm bored and I'm like, I don't know what to watch, I'll put on WKRP. I'm in love with these insane giant collars. Also, could be a stroke. I'm 100% worried. Oh, those pants make you look like you put telephones in for a living. That orange is the design of your shirt too. No, I haven't used this material yet. I have all. Um. Oh, hold on. Let me read that again. The orange is the design of your shirt too. I haven't worked with this particular orange yet. I have all kinds of orange tweed. I didn't know there was a whole world of orange tweed out there. You know what's funny? I have a full tweed suit on and this is warm. I couldn't imagine wearing a tweed shirt with a tweed jacket and a tweed pair of pants. It's Johnny Fever. I guarantee you Mona's okay. I fall asleep all the time to live streams. And because my circadian clock is all over the place, it could be in the afternoon. I could be watching someone in the afternoon and I fall asleep on the couch. But I love how this coat came out. I'm trying to I I love extremely long coats, but I also do not want to be walking on this. So this is almost full overcoat because this is like right above my boot. I love how this came out. And like I said, the collar is extremely puffy. I can't believe I said puffy again. The collar is extreme. It just needs to be flattened. I just need to iron it and it's going to look great. Laughing on William, look at the picture on your black shirt. It has that are very close to that color of orange as well. Oh, sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses. That's why I'm sitting here with my cell phone like this, and my computer is like right over there, but I'm sitting here like nothing exposes me needing my glasses more than just obvious things right in front of my face. Oh, I am in 100% denial, but I don't want anyone to worry. I wear my glasses when I drive. Oh, yep. Shirt matches the pants. Oh, I see it now. I see it now. Okay. I really should start wearing my glasses. Am I too young? Am I too young to get the LASIK surgery? Oh, good times. How about put your glasses on, dude? Olive, you are silly. It's true though. You should see my mom. Whenever I go anywhere with her, I'll get in the car and she's like, "You're missing something, cool guy." But my glasses don't work well with my hat. I end up. See, look at my crazy combination right now. I have a tweed jacket. I have nothing's matching, well, except for my shirt and my pants. I have my tweed jacket with my man. These pants are awesome. He doesn't know that they make other frames than those army glasses. I will stand by that. When you talk about my glasses, you are talking about the United States Army. Go get LASIK because you are never going to wear your glasses. Well, I drive past, like, I think it's like a wannabe lens crafters, and they have these crazy deals where it's like, oh, for this amount, you can get a couple pairs of glasses. So I'm this close to taking them up on it. I am this close to taking them up on it. But yes, I am in complete denial, and I'm supposed to be wearing my glasses 24 hours a day, and I do not. If you would get a hat that actually fits your glasses, it would work with it. That hat's oversized. Hey mom, look. Hey mom, look. I look so stylish as he walks into a pole. Oh, that's true. Okay, so I'm close. I'm Hawkeye. I am Hawkeye. I can see everything up close. It's far away where I can't see anything. That's why I have to wear my glasses while I'm driving, because I feel like it's just mean and cruel and unusual to do to other people. You're not 20 anymore. That's okay. Do you know what's really funny? When I travel and stuff, it kind of reminds me, a place like Vegas reminds me of my age, because I go certain places and I'm like, okay, no one my age group is here. Oh, that collar is beautiful. To me, that jacket is 100% success, because I went out of my way to make the collar extremely humongous. Oh, yeah. Oh, no ripping. No ripping. Oh, keep telling yourself that. 100%. That's what I only mess with. The one thing, no, Donnell, please keep it coming. In no way, shape, or form do I get my feelings hurt. I should be wearing my glasses. It's vanity. It is 100% vanity. Do the Bruce Lee kick. See the. I'm scared. I am scared. After my last Bruce Lee kick, I ripped my pants. And that is an 1870s color. Have you seen the same on Famous Fashion? Oh, have seen the same on Famous Fashion plate. I'm constantly looking for fashion. That's why I watch fashion shows. I watch anything that has Victorian era on it. And the funny thing is, I'm looking at their clothes. I'm looking at how they were dressed, what they were wearing. I love that era. Congrats on the success of not ripping. Well, we're almost done, but the stream's not over yet. We're almost. I've learned to not claim victory until after you score your basket. George Washington wore a similar color of those pants. When I have to do the famous shot. These pants are awesome. I love how these came out. Hold on. Let me move my chair. The squeaky conference chair that I literally picked from my job. Oh, you're in the way. Okay. Perfect. But I like how these came out. And they look good on my hold on, let me do my stance. These look great. Hold on, we'll do a oh, no ripping, no ripping. That was a slow karate kick. Oh, look. Everybody is kung fu fighting in these. Oh, the sit down test. Oh, perfect. Oh. You know, tonight, even though the signal is driving me crazy, tonight was definitely a victory. That's what I'm about. Making outrageous items and bringing back extremely bright colors. Oh, what did I do with my phone? What did I do? I'm gonna go in my hallway right now and do a handstand and make a short. I'm kidding. I don't want anyone to think that I'm gonna be doing a handstand in my short. That was me getting way ahead of myself. But seriously, this was another amazing stream here in the House of Sewing. Do you know we're building something here? We're coming together. We talk about sewing. We get a little goofy, but in the end, beautiful things are made, and that's what this is all about. So I thank everybody who is here, who watches this in the future. My choppy signal is driving me crazy. But this was definitely a victory tonight. And I have another pair of funky pants. I'm excited. I am excited. I know. My dimensions have grown. But these pants look absolutely amazing. He looks like the Undertaker or Uncle Fester. Hey, Uncle Fester didn't have to pay rent. The ending of the short will be EM scaring you out on a stretcher for real. I was coughing just thinking about the physical exertion it would take to do a handstand. Lay off the pot. Nobody should laugh like that at a choppy. No, nobody should laugh like that at a choppy signal. Someone linked me to George Washington's clothes that were being auctioned maybe 2 years ago. Blue pastel suit. He had good clothes. Oh, they were well tailored. That's why when anything survives from the old school era and they end up in a museum, I will probably be there looking at them. Make sure you use your inhaler after the stream. I am a walking, talking commercial for the Long Heart Association of America. I can't hide a midget under there. Can I have it? Oh, I can hide a midget under there. Can I have it? Oh, I will mail it. It's in the mail right now. He doesn't use his glasses, and you can expect him to use an inhaler. No, I actually use my inhaler often. The inhaler is different. I just have Kung Fu Fighting stuck in my head now. After that kick, I just have it stuck in my head. But I'm not kidding you. They're always here. Standard United States Army issue. But figured if I use my mom tone, maybe, just maybe, it'll work. Oh, trust me. Trust me. I I have given my body up for science because I want to know how I've even made it here. Even the guys in the army hate those glasses. I love my standard United States Army issue. Oh, just go to Lens Crafters and get some new ones that you'll actually wear. It's true. It's true. I miss these. I used to rock these ones all the time, but as you can see, hold on, I will show you in a minute. I have to clean them. All you can see, there's nothing. I am like literally, oh man, I can see better with these ones. I miss these. Actually, were the first pair before these. These were actually my backup, but the United States Army ones have just lasted. Maybe I should sew these into a hat. Should I do that? Should I sew my glass or like a should I sew a band? I miss these glasses. I wore these things until they were snapped, literally. Oh, great times. So I have the hardware. I just do not necessarily use it. Yay, it is Wednesday. I'm going to continue making shorts. I'm going to continue making videos. I keep on saying I'm going to branch out from my Friday sews, but I just do not have the time. This is a busy time of year, so I will definitely have a Friday sews out. This was a perfect stream. I love how the pants came out. I'm going to go jump in my hallway. I'm kidding. I'm going to go raid my kitchen. I want to thank everybody who is still here. Anyone who watches this in the replay. I want to thank Kilroy, Dose, Donnell, Alibaba, as always. These streams would not be the same without you. Zaza, everybody who was here. You're absolutely welcome here in the House of Sewing. Mona, Candace, everybody who stopped by tonight, I absolutely thank you. Can you ask the eye doctor to have them place the new lens into your favorite frame? You know what? I was thinking about that, just having them repair these ancient frames. I liked these ones. It's just they broke. That's not a bad idea at all. Well, I'll be back at it on Saturday with new adventures. I plan on going fabric shopping this weekend, so it's gonna be fun. I'll be back at it on Saturday. I'm gonna have a Friday sews for sure. Look for me on the shorts. I am always around, and I thank everybody. Seriously, I don't even know what to say anymore. I humbly thank everybody. But I'm everywhere on the internet. I'll be back at it on Saturday. I hope everybody has a great week. Let's do the shot of the pants one more time. Nothing but victories here in the House of Sewing. Oh, and hold on. Oh, we've made it all the way to the end with no ripping. I'll be back at it on Saturday. I absolutely appreciate everybody, seriously. But until next time, so like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself. I appreciate you, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye, and thank you, everybody.